What's up, everybody out there in the YouTube trucking community? Sean Cahalan, Christian Brother Trucker, coming at you again with another video. And I am at Pascal Truck Lines. Yeah, buddy. So I'm here. I left Landstar and I left the BCO that I was working for over there. That opportunity turned out to be not what I expected. I misread the people that I was going to work for over there. And I left Pascal Truck Lines on good terms. And as soon as I called them back, they reached out to me via email and sent me a really cute, funny email. And so I called up the recruiter. And from the time that I called her to the time that I got down here was about 2.5 days. And I'm going to be in orientation tomorrow, and I'm going to be in a truck 3 days after that. So yeah, needless to say, this company, they drive nice trucks. This one right here is probably a 2019 or 2020 or 2021 Freightliner. The other trucks that they like to drive are these International LTs. That one's a nice, pretty blue. Their fleet is red, white, and blue trucks. And so as you can see, I've talked about this EPU before. Right here. The condenser and air conditioning and air handler goes underneath the passenger side of the bunk. And then as you can see, right here behind me, right there is a bank of batteries. I think there's about 3 or 4 batteries in that. And then if you go over here, I don't know if there's a driver in here, so I don't want to freak them out by me, circling this truck. I think they left the lights on it, so that's why I thought there was somebody else in there. But if you look right here, right there, you can open this compartment and there's about 3 or 4 more batteries in there. So the main bank underneath the steps on the driver's side is what is used to power the truck, start the truck, run the lights and everything on that. And then the other set of batteries is a standalone battery system for the EPU, which powers the condenser, air conditioner, and air handling unit. So they're really cool. I really like them. I just don't like the underpowered engine. They run an A26 Navistar engine, and they're a little underpowered. But they do drive nice. They just don't pull as hard. And with these Freightliners, they have the DD15 with the D12 automated transmission. And with those, they have about 515 horsepower. They get better fuel economy. Just the chassis, Freightliner Cascadia, isn't as stable when you're driving down the road. So the truck tends to lean a little bit. There's a little bit more sway when you're driving and stuff like that. So there's benefits and drawbacks to each particular model of truck that you drive. So I came back over here. I'm going to be in orientation tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. I'll probably be rolling out of here in a truck Sunday. And I'm going to talk to the training coordinator here, and I might be a trainer. Thinking about that strongly, considering that with all the experience that I've had. I did train for them one time for about a month. I had one student that I got on the truck and I finished training him. He came back and upgraded into P2 training and then got into his own truck, went solo for a while, and then went to another company. So I do have what it takes to be a good, solid trainer. It's just with that experience, I tried training in the middle of winter time. And as soon as the trainee got on my truck, I ended up getting snowed in over in West Memphis, Arkansas, way back when, I think it was last winter, actually about 1.5 years ago. They got about 4 to 6 inches of snow in West Memphis, Tennessee, or West Memphis, Arkansas, and they don't know how to handle the snow down here. So we ended up getting snowed in for about 5 days. So it took me a good solid month to get him trained, to get the miles in that he needed, and for me to bring him back and so that I can go home. So it was pretty rough. But I'm thinking about going back to training and training during the summertime, and then as soon as it starts to snow, switch to being a solo operator Not really sure what I'm going to do yet, but you know, this company, with all of its diversified opportunities that they have, you can go local, you can go regional, you can go over the road. Basically, pick your lanes, pick your schedule. You can be home every week, you can be home every 2 weeks, you can stay out 3 weeks if you want. Generous home time, solid freight. They've been in business for 85 years. They've been doing this a long time. They've got a lot of contracts with a lot of mega producers, you know, Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, General Mills, you know, just really big name brands. Deca Battery, we do some battery loads. That's something that I might get into hauling too. It's one of my options that I have. I can let them know that I have a hazmat, and when my hazmat is finally cleared, the government is taking their sweet time on doing my background report and getting all of that stuff done. I am absolutely blown away that it's taken them as long as it is. But as soon as that's done, I can start hauling hazmat loads, and I'll make $75 additional for each hazmat load that I pull. And they're easy loads. So, yeah, looking forward to that. I think what I might do is I might go solo for a little bit, kind of get everything resituated on the truck that I'm going to be in, and then I'll let them know that I want a Freightliner Cascadia, because they're a little bit more trainer drive friendly, set up better for having two people on the truck than the international LTs. The international LTs just aren't set up as good. They don't have the closed cabinets with the doors, and I just like the way that the internals, you know, the internal sleeper area and storage is all set up on those Freightliners versus the internationals. And back here they have some of the older trucks that I don't know what they're doing with them. They tend to have all kinds of stuff floating around their yard. I kind of like to come out here and take a look at it. They've got a cab over here that I want to show you. I really like to show you that. Now here's an older international. It's a 1.5 series truck. That thing, I don't even know what year that thing is. So on these doors, if you see this, if you see that on the door, that means that it's a company truck. Let me see if I can find an owner-operator truck or a lease truck. If it is a owner-operator truck, they move the insignia or the logo, and they put it on the sleeper, not on the door. Kind of a minor little thing, but that's how you identify which ones are company trucks and which ones are lease owner-operator trucks. So check out this cab over. This thing is neat. Take a step back in time. I don't even know what it would be like to drive one of these. I've driven some old trucks, but I don't think I've ever driven anything like this. Look at that thing. Looks like a big old block of cheese, doesn't it? Oh, good night. Look at that. There are your batteries up underneath that little cubby hole right there. Well, I bet you'd have one heck of a turning radius. But look at how small that sleeper is. Oh, that's just too funny. I bet you they just use this to move trailers around in the yard. Oh, and it's unlocked. How do you even get into one of these things? Oh, yeah, it smells in here, let me tell you. Look at how small that sleeper is, dude. Damn. Could you imagine trying to get dressed in here? You'd probably stand in that little hole right there. I don't even think you'd be able to stand up back there at all. And if you was a little bit overweight, you'd have a hard time putting your clothes on, you know? Oh, look at that. There's your fuse panel, right in the middle of everything. Good night. Damn. Them boys used to rough it back in the day, didn't they? Oh, crazy. And then if you fall, That's a long way down. And if you bring your wife out with you, she sits way over there. You wouldn't even be able to hold hands. I mean, holy crap. So I'm sitting in the driver's seat, and I can only reach to right there. Wow. It's actually surprisingly wide, but they scoot these seats over as far as they can because they got to have this big old doghouse right here because it goes over the whole motor. Wow. Yeah, no thank you. Conventional trucks are a lot nicer. But I guess if you're nostalgic and you really gotta really love these cab overs, I guess. Oh. That to me would not be any fun at all. Plus I've heard rumors these things only get like 5.5 miles per gallon. So you wouldn't be able to afford one even if you owned one. Suppose if you owned it for showing it off, you know, trophy truck. Definitely wouldn't be able to make money with one though. Unless you had some kind of super secret sauce. I don't know. Not practical. Definitely not practical. I did notice that they don't have a whole lot of trucks ready to roll out for other drivers. This is where they usually keep all the trucks that they're going to put their trainees in, or their people that are coming out of orientation. Seems to be an extreme lack of trucks right now. Wonder if that's because of the big truck shortage going on. Or what? I might ask around a little bit, try to find out. I'm an inquisitive person. I like to know things. So, yeah, you know, I left this company. They are a really good company. They rented me a car. The car rental agency came and picked me up from the truck that I was leaving over at Landstar because I was operating for a BCO. So, yeah, the rental car company came and picked me up, took me back to their office, and I signed the paperwork. I took the rental car back over to the truck, and then from there, drove directly down here to the PTL Lodge, as they call it. Stayed the night, and today I got to go do a UA, and I got to run down to the vape store and get some more vape. I forgot all of my juice and my coils in the truck, and I didn't even realize it until I was about 45 minutes down the road, and the Freightliner place that I dropped the truck off was already closed. And I tried reaching out to the gentleman that I was driving the truck for, and of course, you know, I've been canceled, blocked. Nobody would answer any of the phones. Nobody would reply. Nobody would respond. So I couldn't, you know, I didn't have the capability to be able to go back over there and have somebody have the key so I can get back into the truck. So, you know, my thoughts, feelings, and emotions on that are kind of like a bunch of toddlers. You know, you canceled me and blocked me. So, I mean, you know, when you're operating with those kind of people, it's not going to bode well for you. At least over here at Pasco Truck Lines, you don't deal with people like that. And if you have issues, they hear you. They try their best to work everything out for you. And sometimes, most of the time it works out. Sometimes you run into some major problems, major setbacks and delays, but they really work to make sure that you keep rolling. And there's not a whole lot of drama here. So that's what's going on. That's the tour, at least of the back shop area. And as you can see, the shop is busy. Busy. Big old line of trucks. Probably about 20 to 25 trucks in that line. Bunch of trucks there. You can see behind me, back on the other side of the shop over there, and back that way, there's more trucks, and then that is the trailer yard. So 1,100 trucks and about almost 3,000 trailers is what they have in their fleet. But of course, you know, this is all over the region. So, yeah, medium-sized fleet. They just do an exceptional job. They've always treated me well. I've always had a steady paycheck, kept me rolling. And, yeah, I'm treated like a human being, which, you know, I like to be treated like a human being. Even if, I don't know, even if I'm a company driver, I'm still treated like a human being. I feel heard. I feel cared for. People care what's going on with me. And when I went over to the BCO over at Landstar, I didn't receive any of that. It was very cold. It was very heartless. It was very suck it up, deal with it. We're not going to fix your air conditioner. We're not going to fix the APU on the truck. We're not going to fix anything. We already put a whole bunch of money in that truck, so suck it up. And yeah, I didn't like that attitude at all. So I'm really glad that PTL took me back and that they're willing to work with me and that they're giving me another chance. So, God willing, the plan is to stay here for about 1.5 to 2 years. Run steady, see what this market's going to do. Because I'm going to tell you right now is not the time to get into buying a truck. Now is not the time to try and run freight. Fuel has no sign of coming down. And freight rates are dropping very quickly. Walmart stock just dropped 18%. And if Walmart stock is suffering, y'all, that is like a huge sign of what's going on. Walmart is a big, major staple of this country, and when it starts having problems, dude, you know it's coming. The ships out from China. China's not exporting. Russia and China are supporting each other, and we're supporting the Ukraine. And so on a diplomatic, political front, we're not getting along very well with everybody over in Europe. You know, we're helping Ukraine, but then Ukraine is enemies with Russia, and Russia is buddies with China, and about a very high percentage, 40 to 60% of everything that comes into this country comes from China. And so if China shuts everything down and the boats that are at our ports are refusing to unload, we're in trouble. Big trouble. All of our chips, all of our electronics, most of our cars, most of our goods, everything comes from China. So if China decides to pull the plug on trading with us, again, you know, we're in some serious trouble, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. So yeah, if you're thinking about buying a truck, if you're thinking about doing anything with a truck right now, I would hold off. I would stay where you're at. I would try to find a decent company to run for that's got some good contract freight, and wait this out, because that's what I'm doing. I knew going into Landstar and working for that BCO that the timing was off. I just decided to ignore it and kind of see how it was going to pan out. I thought maybe they were doing something different that was going to defy the laws of the market, but they really aren't. You know, what they do have going on is pretty smart. You know, but any intelligent person that knows anything about trucking, which, you know, I'm fairly intelligent, and I can figure things out pretty quickly. So I don't need to go and work for a bunch of heartless people that are only caring about the profits and bottom dollar and want to go ahead and sacrifice my comfort on the road and sacrifice treating me with respect. So any of you BCOs out there, treat your drivers right, because if you don't treat your drivers right, you're not going to have a driver in your truck. And if you don't have a driver in your truck, guess what? You're not making any money. A driver is only as good as his equipment, and if the equipment's not running, you know, and he's not comfortable doing his job, then he's not going to stick around. And you, as a BCO owner, fleet owner, or whatever you want to call yourself, you know, you really need to hear your driver and at least listen and at least acknowledge what the driver has to say, and at least give a response or an answer to say we can work towards working this out, or, you know, but the only bad thing that you can do is say just deal with it and blow it off. That's what they did with me, and I was like, you know what? Nope. You're not going to treat me with respect, I will not drive for you. And I don't care what kind of education you say you're giving me, and I don't care how rich you say I'm going to get, when I can look at this market and pull out a calculator and tell you that ain't happening, Jack. So, yeah, my advice right now is to save up your cash right now. Cash in the bank right now Cash is cash. And right now, as the dollar is devaluing, your money in the bank after this recession is still going to be money in the bank. You know, so if you have $15,000, $20,000 in the bank, then a year and a half from now, your $15,000, $20,000 is going to be worth twice as much when the economy comes back up. So when everybody is buying, you should be selling, and when everybody is selling, you should be buying. Or no, when everybody else is buying, you should be selling, and when everybody else is, or something like that. You're supposed to do opposite of what everybody else is doing. So, yeah, like right now, you know, everybody's running out to buy the trucks because the freight rates are up so much. But you know that it's not going to last. You know that we're at the top and that we're dropping down. And so what people do is they wait until it's too late. And then when it's too late, the value of the truck that you're in devalues. So get out now, sell your trucks, cash out, put the cash aside, go back to being a company driver for a little while, or park your truck. If it's paid off, park it, and you know, or not, I don't care. But if you have an asset and it's paid off and you're gonna think that you're gonna ride this down, you're gonna go broke quick. And as a company driver, I probably will end up making more than half you owner operators out there that are thinking that you're going to be able to outwork this market crash that's coming. So that's my advice, and that's why I'm here doing what I'm doing, coming back over here to a medium-sized fleet. You know, I'm going to be a trainer. I'm going to put some money away, and God willing, when this comes out in the wash about 18 months to 2 years from now, hopefully I'll have some money, and hopefully the truck prices will be reasonable, affordable, and I'll be able to do something from there. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe and share, and thanks for watching. That's all I've got. Bye.